Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I am like, my head feels all befuddled today because we're coming up to a really busy time. But I wanted to sit down and do a video. We're going away for the weekend, which by the time you see this video that would have already happened and we'll be home. But we're going away for the weekend and I'm leaving really early tomorrow morning, like 7:30, which is early when you've got a child to get ready. And so I need to get this video filmed so I can edit it and have it ready to go for Monday morning. So my head's kind of like, wah! But I wanted to update you on the housing situation because we have had a big update. We have officially gone unconditional on the house. Just so exciting. Yay, everything fell into place this last week. We were waiting on the results of the meth test and also on the limb report. And our finance did go unconditional last week, so that wasn't a problem. But on Monday we got the meth test results back and they were all fine. And then we followed up with the limb report because it said that we were supposed to get it within 10 working days. And the time was almost up, and I said to my husband, we need to just like follow up on that. And so he did, and they said they emailed it like forever ago, and we never got it. So it wasn't in our spam folder or anything like that, so I don't know if they actually emailed it or not. But anyway, it kind of like annoyed me a bit. But we got the limb report and we sent that through to our solicitor. There was only one thing that we queried on it, and that was I think it was 2004, the area that we lived in was subjected to like pretty bad flooding and earthquakes, and we just needed to see. It said in the limb report that the property was subject to inundation, but we didn't know if that meant that the actual house was flooded or if it was just the surrounding land. And so we queried that with the council, and they said that it was the land itself was silt laden, but there is no evidence that the property was flooded. So that was good. I queried it with our insurance company and they were still happy to insure the property. So we had the green light to go ahead and go unconditional. So we did that on Tuesday. We went unconditional, and we also decided on a settlement date because we requested an earlier settlement date, and the vendor was happy with that because the house is empty. So the only thing they have to do before we move in is replace the lino. And so I'm not going to tell you the exact date we're moving just for privacy reasons, but it is within the next 3-ish weeks. So we're going to have a new lino. We're going to be moving in the next 3 weeks. I'm so excited. I finally feel I can be like, the house is ours. Like, it's my house now, and we're going to be moving really soon. So today we are actually going to the bank this afternoon just to finalize our home loan, you know, structure it and all that kind of stuff, and just get the final paperwork sorted. And that's about it. And then it's just about packing. So I'm starting to collect boxes, and I want to start, but it's like packing's kind of one of those things where it's like, where do I start? Because it's just a huge job, and I'm like, oh. But yeah, I will get there eventually. We will start eventually. I have done a few boxes, just like books and stuff, but we don't actually have that much time to pack because the next couple weeks are like jam-packed full of stuff. Like appointments and going out of town and coming back into town. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. But I'm going to have help from my sisters, and Jack is going to go stay with my mum when we do move, just so he's not underfoot, and it'll be a big help. So that is what is happening with that. And I also just wanted to talk to you a little bit about our priorities with renovating the house, because it does need some renovating. It's not anything structural, it's all just cosmetic stuff and updating current features. And so I just wanted to touch on that in this video. Obviously our priorities will probably change once we've actually moved in, because you kind of have to live in a place for a little while to understand what it's like, how you live in it, and what's going to work for your family. So something that is a little bit different is it is not an investment property to us. So we are renovating it, but it's renovating it not just to add value, but also for our likes and wants. So there might be some stuff that we do that's kind of, well, yeah, I'm pretty much into neutral stuff, so there's not going to be anything too outlandish, but you know, there might be some things that we update, not because it adds value to the house, but just because that's the way I want it, or that's the way we want it. And so yeah, that's how we're going into it. My first priority when we move in is to strip. I can hear Jack banging on his door because his timer just went off for his room time. He's gotten way too smart. I will do this really quickly. The first thing that I want to do is strip the wallpaper in the living area and what will be the children's bedroom. It will be Jack's bedroom just to start off with, but I want to get that done and I want to repaint those areas. I think I mentioned in my previous video that it is all neutral, but it's like a warm neutral, and I much prefer cooler tones. So I want it to be like a white color with maybe a hint of grey in it. So I really want to get the wallpaper off. It's going to be hard to remove the wallpaper because it has been painted. So we're definitely going to have to invest in a good perforating tool, and I think we're going to hire a wallpaper stripper for when we do that. So that's my big priority. I want to paint it all neutral, but I do want to do a duck egg blue feature wall in the lounge. And then the sunroom is off the lounge, and there's actually not much wall space in the sunroom at all. And so I'm thinking of just being a little bit fun, because it is going to be Jack's playroom, and so continuing that duck egg blue into the sunroom. It'll tie the two spaces together nicely. And the sunroom is painted like a purple pink color at the moment. It's awful. There's like not proper carpet on the floor. It's just turf. So that's not a huge priority. We will change that. We will be recarpeting some of the rooms, but that's not our first priority. But that'll be done eventually. So we're just going to paint it, and then the trim like in there is like a matte blue. It's awful. So I will be repainting that with a nice gloss white just to like really make it pop and look better. So that is my priority, is to paint when you first move in, because I really want to have that done before the new baby comes. And you know, even if we can't afford to buy the paint straight away, we can at least strip the wallpaper off, because that's not a huge expense. That is the update on the house and where we're going. I might do a video on moving tips, because I have moved quite a few times in the last sort of like 3-ish years. I have moved an awful lot of times. In fact, in my whole lifetime, I've moved a lot. And I've done renovating with my parents, so I know how to paint a wall, I know how to strip wallpaper, I know how to fill holes and sandback walls and things like that. So that's not going to be a new experience for me, and I don't feel like too daunted going into that, which is quite exciting. But yeah, I think that's all I have to say. My next video will be a pregnancy update, 18 weeks. Oh, and that's something exciting. We will be finding out the gender of this baby the week that we move into the new house, so it'll be just a few days before. So that's exciting. I'm really looking forward to that, because I'll know how to decorate the children's room, whether it's I can go all out boy, or if you know I have to turn it back and keep it a little more gender neutral. But yeah, that's something to look forward to. So thank you for watching. If you want to keep updated with these updates, these house updates and what's happening in our lives, then please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. We would love to have you along for the journey, and like leave comments down below. Tell me what you think. Have you got any tips for, you know, moving in and renovating, and something, you know, I know other people have done this quite a few times, so tell me if you've got any handy tips. I would love to know. Like this video if you did, and I will see you next time. Bye guys.